Okay, I gotta tell you, March's energy is truly powerful. As a matter of fact, this is like a turning point month for the collective. In today's video, we're gonna look at the numerology of the month, which is really powerful. And I received 3 intuitive messages from the Akashic Records about what we can expect for the month of March. I gotta tell you, this is going to be a collective shift for people. It is quite powerful. I mean, it's a powerful month. And it's a month that we will likely look back and realize that everything shifted in this month. It's going to be a busy, packed month, but there's going to be a lot of good stuff that pops up. So I gotta tell you, I'm so excited about this video. Hi guys, if you don't know, my name is Ness. I'm an intuitive and a numerologist, and this channel is all about getting to know ourselves in the deepest way possible, because once we understand ourselves in the deepest way, we understand the world. My passion is to help you understand the voice of your soul. I feel so fortunate to have found my intuitive teachers, and my goal is to teach you how to connect in with your soul through things like Akashic Records, numerology, astrology, human design, gene keys. I mean, there are so many amazing tools that we can use. So if you're into that kind of sort of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're enjoying this video, make sure you put a thumbs up on it. Send you a ton of love for doing that. Okay, so I gotta tell you, the month of March has this incredible, powerful energy. If you look at it numerologically, March is a number 3, and 3 energy is very creative. It is very communicative. It communicates. It's also very lucky and magnetic energy. Think of magnetism, or maybe even manifesting, right? This is a month where we are going to feel like we want to begin manifesting our dreams. Now, if you look at the year, the universal year that we're in a universal year 1. And when we're looking at the month's energy numerologically, we want to take the year and add that number into it to understand what is the energy of this month. So because we're in a year 1 and a month 3, this is a 4 energy month. 4 energy is all about foundations, structures, what builds the foundation of our life. The number that represents the health system. It's a number that represents everything that really makes up the fabric and foundation of our lives. And so because it is a collective month 4, it is going to be a month that's going to bring about likely the focus on everything foundational in our life. I feel like this is a month that we are going to really begin looking at foundational things, whether it be politics, whether it be banking systems, whether it be global things that are happening. But it is a month that's going to draw our attention to things that are very foundational in the collective, and possibly even health. Health is 4 number represents the healthcare system. It is also going to draw our attention to these things. And it could be something collectively that we see, could also be something that we feel internally. We have a desire to work on things that are foundational. Maybe it's setting up a strict budget. Maybe it is putting together a plan for a business that you want to do, strategizing on how you can grow on the internet. All of these things are very supported in this month. You also got to remember that this 4 energy is made up of the universal year 1. So the 1 is all about being the innovator, the first one, the leader. It is a take charge kind of energy. So this is going to be a month that really encapsulates all 3 energies. A month where there's going to feel like a lot of communication. There's going to feel like there's creative ideas coming about. The 1 energy is going to make you want to charge forward and really move forward with these innovative ideas. And the 4 energy is going to really allow you to create a foundation to make this thing successful. And so that's really sort of the energy of the month. Collectively, I think our foundations are going to be, the word I keep getting is rocked. And I don't want you to feel scared about that, but I do feel that our foundations will be shook a bit this month. I think that there are things that are going to happen or come about, be in the media, globally, that are going to shake people foundationally, and make them view structures, collective structures, differently than what they had before. This is part of like a global shift that's happening and an awakening that's happening. And it's not just like, obviously I'm here in the US, but I don't feel that this is just US based. I really feel that it is a global shift that's happening. And I want you to know that, the message that I get with this when I was in the Akashic Records is that, there was a saying that I got from from one of my old managers many years ago. And they said, we have to storm before we can transform. And that is something that came about when I was in the Akashic Records, which I'll get into in just a moment. But this is really the message that I want you to hear is, remember, we have to storm before we can transform. And so things have to get rocky to require us to look at things so that it can be transformed. And because it's a month that is about communication, creativity, I feel like it's also about leadership. It's about taking charge. It's about innovative ideas, and it's also about structure and foundation, because ultimately that's the 3 and the 4 equal the 3 and the 1 equal the 4. It is going to really allow us to view our structures in a much more creative way, and allow us to have the confidence to begin to move forward in a very bold way with these creative ideas that will build this new structure. We are in a very transformative time. We as a soul have chosen to be here to be part of that change. You are part of that change, whether it is a big part or a smaller part. We are all as a collective globally part of this change. And this is a month that that really shifts into this change. It's also a month that it is possible that you just look at your structures, your life structures. You might come up with creative ideas that you want to move forward with, and you put down a plan on how to do that and make it successful, right? Know that this is a month that will likely have structured beginnings, and it's also a month that we may begin to look at our health. We may have health challenges, or just decide to be healthier, live healthier, eat healthier, whatever it is. But it is a month that is very transformative, and when we look back at the end of the year, looking back on the year, it is a month that's going to be impactful. At least that's the message that I'm getting. So let's dive into the Akashic Records messages. When I was in meditation and I called forth the book of March, it had this beautiful lotus symbol or emblem, signet, whatever you want to call it, on the front of the book. And if you think of a lotus flower, this beautiful flower comes up out of the darkness and of the mud, and it comes up through the mud. And this is really sort of like the energy that I'm getting, is that this is a month that's likely going to have some mucky mud that we have to kind of dredge through, but through that is this beautiful thing that's going to come about, right? And so the message that I'm getting with this lotus energy that I'm feeling is to know that you have to storm before you can transform, right? And there's another message I got with that, is that we are going to begin to collectively shift and wake up. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you are more awake than most when it comes to consciousness and when it comes to your intuition, or you've begun to be curious about it, or maybe you're beginning to wake up right now. But this is a month that shifts the collective and their intuition. It shifts people in a large scale, masses of people are going to begin to wake up. And it is strategic, because we can't begin to see the truth until we can see the truth within ourselves, right? And this is why I'm so passionate about intuition work and understanding the voice of your soul. When you understand how to hear yourself, you view things differently, and you have a lot more, I would say, optimism and hope when you have this. So we are going to begin to awaken in masses our intuition, our connection to a spiritual practice of some kind, or curiosity in that, and whatever that means for you, right? But what I'm hearing is that a lot of people are going to feel very connected. They're going to begin to have spiritual awakenings, or if they already feel awakened, they're going to awaken even more. And some people may have very profound experiences this month when it comes to this. It's going to be a lot of people. Astrologically, it makes sense, because we have certain things happening right now over really the next year and a half that really haven't happened in thousands and thousands of years. And some of these astrological things that are happening and alignments that are happening, they can't date it back far enough. Like astrologers can't date it back far enough. It's almost like, it hasn't happened in like 30,000 years, like a crazy amount of time. So we have these shifts happening right now. Like there are astrological events that only happen once every like 32,000 years that are happening right now. And it is perfectly timed and perfectly positioned because collectively we are at a point consciously where we are ready to transform in this really beautiful way and to awaken to our deep inner knowing and to awaken to the gifts that we have as humans. And through intuition work, through all of this really magical stuff. And this is the month that really, really cracks people open. The word that I wrote down, or the phrase that I wrote down, is we begin to break open and remember from darkness comes light. Okay? So I keep getting this message that it's likely going to have some dark moments through this month. Moments that are like, that aren't as like happy, right? But know that there's always equal light to dark. They always have to coexist in equal parts. So keep in mind that no matter how rough or challenging things may get this month for you personally, collectively, be on the lookout for the light that's happening, for the beauty that's happening, for the collective shift that's happening, because it is there. And you likely are listening to this because you are what's called a light worker, and it might be a very like large scale, or it could be more like in your local community or in your home or in your family, but you are a version of a light worker, and you're going to begin to see lots of like light workers coming about. The second message I got, which kind of like really connects to what I was just saying, is that we begin to become beacons of light through soul activations, through our soul's purpose, through the things that are happening, right? The things that are happening within your community, within your collective, within all of this, within the globe, are going to begin to activate people in a way that they become beacons of light, beacons of hope, beacons of like, of a new kind of like life that's going to come about, a new kind of way of living that's going to come about. The message I'm getting is that people are going to begin getting like ideas. They're going to begin getting like creative ideas. When I'm just going to read what I wrote because I'm having a hard time putting new words to it. But what I wrote is that people need to be on the lookout for light. Things will emerge, people will emerge, ideas will emerge. When it feels the darkest is when you're going to see the light. And so, keep that in mind, that if you are going through something, if the collective is going through something this month, know that you need to be on the lookout for light, because that's where this collective shift is going to begin. Remember that the goal is fear, because fear creates a desire to look for something that will give them stability. We want to now instead shift into feeling hopeful and optimistic and looking for something that is positive. We want to shift our collective focus into optimism and hope and your ideas, because through this is going to be incredible ideas for the collective that really begins to shift. We have the opportunity to be beacons of light and hope for other people. And if you're listening to this, it's because you're meant to be that in whatever way that makes sense for you. Just know that this is a month that likely you're going to have like some kind of like a soul activation or a soul remembering or an idea of something that is going to likely shift your life and the life of people around you by you living into this light, this hopeful, optimistic version of you is going to lift other people up in this really beautiful way. And the third message I got is that we are going to be feeling really connected to our ancestors or our spirit team or our what we call our true self, like our soul self or our higher self. This is a month where people are going to be feeling very connected to these things. 4 is very like roots kind of energy. 4 energy in numerology, it's about foundations. And if you think like, you know, without a strong foundation on a tree and the roots going very deep into the ground, it becomes a very unstable tree, right? It topples over very easily. This is a month where we're going to really root into what it means to be like us, and what our goal is, or our soul's hope for us is in this lifetime. This is a month where we begin to realize that we are here to transform the world. The world, the collective, can't stay the way it's been. It's like, it's not going to work anymore. And this is the month that, like, I would say the whole year, like January and February, we have had a lot of things come to light that we know as a collective is not beneficial for the collective. And what's so interesting is it isn't just one community or country that's being sort of affected by all of this. It is like a global shift, right? It is a global shift. It's like a consciousness shift on the whole entire world. And this is sort of like it begins to make us realize how interconnected we all are, no matter how far away we appear to be, right? That we are all connected. And it also allows us to understand that even our systems are connected. Different countries' systems are deeply connected, as in rooted together. And we begin to see sort of like, the words I'm getting right now is we begin to like cut out the rot of the root so that we can re-root in a very collective, cohesive way. And that comes through your shift, your awakening, your alignment to your soul's purpose, your ability to connect into light and love and hope and optimism, knowing that we can't get to a beautiful place until we get through the storm that we're going through, and we will weather the storm. And this is a month where the world, you, people just like you are going to begin shaping the world through courage and hope and your vision. It's the everyday person that's going to shift the collective in a really beautiful way. So if you feel like you want to begin something, try something new that you've never done before, the words I'm getting is to just do it. Go for it. Don't be afraid. Do not let fear stop you. Because the truth is fear is fake. Fear is not real, right? There's a saying, fear is, what is the saying that fear is? I'm gonna have to look it up because I can't remember. The saying is, fear is false evidence appearing real, right? So keep in mind that your fear is false evidence appearing real, and that you are meant to move forward. You know, this is in my predictions of the year ahead. I did it in December. My year ahead to predictions of 2026. It was about a collective shift, and a shift of what I refer to as the underdog rising. And this is just, you know, it's the everyday person taking a stand and moving forward. It's the everyday person running for an office that they don't know exactly how to do. It is the everyday person that creates bills and that move the collective in this beautiful way. It is the everyday person that makes a difference. And I know I just gave a lot of examples that were very like governmental or like political. It's not all going to be that. But the key is that ideas, transformation is coming from the everyday person, is not from the people. Most of the people that are currently running the show, this is not where the collective shift is happening. It is happening with everyone else. And this is the shift that's going to be taking place over the next couple years. I feel like it's going to be like a close to a 10-year shift because this stuff takes time. However, it begins this month. There are things that will happen this month that will shift people collectively as a whole. And we're not talking just the United States, because that's where I'm at. We're talking globally. And you, people just like you, people just like me, are going to come up with ideas and move forward with them in a way that is really beautiful. And it begins to shift the collective in this really beautiful, beautiful, hopeful like way. So keep in mind that there is always equal light to dark, right? There's always hope when there is despair. There's equal parts. It's always there. And so if, you receive beautiful downloads, this is a month where people are going to get like these divine downloads of an understanding or of knowledge or information, ideas, inspiration. These are all things that are connected to your soul, connected to your ancestors, connected to your past lives and the future. One of the things that I found so profound, I was listening to someone, this is a few months ago, and they said that, right now, your future self is counting on you to create that future version of you, right? Your future self is counting on you to show up, to do the thing, to push through, discomfort, to push past fear, because fear is false evidence appearing real. It is asking you to be courageous so that you can have the future that you dream of. And this is a month that really moves people. It's a very profound month. It's going to be an impactful month. It's going to be a month of ups and downs, but it's going to be beautiful. And so I can't wait to be on the other side of it. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. And if you've had these connections to your soul, if you've had a moment of a spiritual awakening, a deep, profound moment or connection to an ancestor or an idea or inspiration, share it down in the comments. I would love to hear it. I love sharing this stuff with you guys. My passion, my love is to teach you how to connect in with your soul through connection, through meditation. As a matter of fact, I am currently right now putting together my first course on intuition work. It will be a few months from now. But if this is something you're interested, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you along for the journey. My goal is to have one of the fastest growing YouTube channels in the spirituality and consciousness arena, and that starts with you. So if you want to join my journey, I would love to have you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button, and share this with someone that you feel might enjoy the message. I'm sending you a ton of love. Thank you guys for being here, and have a beautiful March.